Good. How are you?
I'm good. Writing your files, that drawing while we talk will help you out a little bit.
Yes.
So, can you tell me what is weighing on you lately?
Well, I have a lot weighing on me lately. So, first, I would really like to talk about my girlfriend. I don't know if I've brought her up to you before, have I?
No.
Well, it's not really a new thing. We've been dating for almost 3 years now,
Okay.
and it's just we didn't tell very many people, or we haven't told very many people because of what people may think of us. So it's just hard in that sense, because I don't want like to tell my friends and then people to be like, oh, I've spent the night at her house, like all this stuff, and then be like, that's just weird. Like, I don't want them to hate on me like that. Yeah.
So, how do you feel about that? Like the situation if somebody found out?
Well, it just really upsets me that the fact that, like, why can other couples just, like, when they start dating, be able to tell people and, like, just everyone just be okay with it, but, like, why is it any different for us? Like, I don't feel like that's fair at all, and it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've started to tell most of my family, like my whole family almost knows except for my grandparents, because they would so kick me out of the will.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay in that thing. And I don't know, it just hurts my feelings because my girlfriend, she like just told, my parents have known for like a long time, like everyone's known for a while, but she won't tell anybody in her family. Like, she just told her dad like 2 weeks ago, and that's only because I told her I was going to break up with her, because it wasn't fair that my whole family knew and she couldn't tell anyone. I felt like that just wasn't fair. Like, I felt like she was ashamed of me almost.
Yeah.
And it still just hurts my feelings. Like, the only person she's told is her dad. And I mean, as I said, we've been together almost 3 years. I just don't feel like that's fair to me.
Yeah, I can understand how you feel that way. So what does that part of your life feel like right now?
Well, since she told her dad, I guess it feels a little bit better that she finally told someone. And he seems like really nice about it. And the thing is, a long time ago, she told me that she tried to tell her dad. I wasn't like around for the conversation or anything, and she said she tried to tell her dad, but he threw a fit and like all this stuff. And I don't know if that was a lie to get, I still have no idea, but I don't know if that was a lie that she told me to like get me off her back about it. Because obviously, like, I was saying stuff to her about it, like, why won't you tell anyone? But like, now that she did tell him, he's like so nice, and he's like, okay, like, I want her to come on vacation with us and like all this stuff. And like, what made him change?
Right.
Like that, it just makes no sense to me. And now that her dad knows, so we were at a softball game. She plays softball, and I was at a tournament last weekend, and like her family on her dad's side, like they were all coming up and talking to me, and they were all really nice and stuff. So I feel like he told them, and like it just spread obviously along the family. And it made me happy, obviously, because it felt like she actually told people. Like, I feel like every other relationship, like, you get to know their families and shit. And, like, I do know her family and stuff because I stay with her all the time, or she stays with me, and they just think we're friends, though. And that's, like, not what it is, obviously. And at the beginning, like, when we first started dating for the first couple months, I was really scared. Like, I didn't want anyone to know, because I was like, I don't know what these people are going to think about me. Like, I don't want anything like that. So we just didn't tell a soul for like 8 months. So
That's That's a big secret to keep, though.
Yeah, and I feel like now that since I'm like older, like I'll graduate college soon and I'm like about to start my life, like I feel like it's about time like people know and I just live for who I am. Like it's whenever I was in high school, it was okay to hide it from people because I was still in high school. Like no big life things are gonna come of that. But now that I'm like ready to start my life and shit, then I feel like it's time to tell people.
Yeah, I agree. So what else are you needing from that relationship that you feel like you might not be getting? Because it sounds like you need more action from your girlfriend saying, hey, we're together, and like just be
Yeah,
proud.
that's what I need is like, I just want her to feel like she's proud to be who she is because I don't want to be with someone. Okay. But yeah, I just don't know. I feel like everything else is okay in our relationship. She was, at the beginning of our relationship, she was not the nicest. Like she never like hit me or anything like that. She was just really hateful and mean and like everything I don't know, I just felt like I couldn't talk to her because everything that was going on in my life, like if I had an issue with something, then she would be like, well, this is worse in my life. And like everything, I don't know, she just wasn't very supportive of stuff either. But she recently got on medicine and it's helped a lot. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we're a lot happier when she did that.
Well, that's good. Going back, you said that along the line she was hateful. Can you tell me a little bit about like what she did and how it made you feel?
Well, at the beginning, like it was just like small things, like everything that I did would make her unhappy. Like when we first got together, well, we weren't even dating yet. We were just, you know, doing it on the DL, whatever. She didn't even have her license yet. Like she didn't have a license because she took her learners late. So she couldn't get her license until even later. So like I felt like I was driving everywhere. Like I would go pick her up and then go home, and then she would call me and be like, after we just got into a fight, she would be like, I'm sorry, like apologizing. She's like, can you please come get me? We can hang out, whatever. And then I have always been so nice. I feel like, I mean, yeah, I've had my flaws, but like I would go and pick her back up, and then later that evening take her back home. Like, and she didn't have a job because she didn't have a license. She couldn't drive anywhere. And I would pay for everything. Like we would go out to eat, I would always pay. Like everything she wanted, I would always buy it. And it is like totally not the same anymore at all. Like she buys me everything now, but I don't know, that's just how it was at the beginning. And sometimes I feel like I still hold that kind of resentment towards her because I'm like, well, worried, I guess, that she's gonna go back to the same thing for me. And then, as I mentioned before, my family, they know. And so, like, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, someone told my mom now hates Lacey. So me and Lacey broke up for like a week or two, and someone went and told my mom that she held me down at school and beat the shit out of me, which wasn't true. Like there's always like rumors going on around us, like people are always trying to say something. And that obviously wasn't true. So like my mom hates her, and it's just like a very hostile environment, like when we go home, kind of, because my siblings don't like her either because my mom told them, plus she amped it up times 40, so she made it sound crazy as hell. So it's just like kind of hostile at home too. I just feel like I want to have a relationship where it's normal, like everyone's like okay with it. Like when you show up with whoever you're dating, like everyone's just like, oh, okay, they're here.
Yeah. Well, I feel like straight people don't come out saying I'm straight. So
Yeah,
I
then
feel
why
like-
do other people, yeah, so
Exactly.
valid.
So yeah, I feel like be who you are, show up like it is normal because it is normal.
Mhm.
And whoever has a problem with it,
Yeah, and
it's their problem.
it's just like, and people are always have comments to say, like they always have something to say about it, and like you shouldn't, there's no reason to make a comment on it at all because it's just like you dating someone else, like it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And some people like try to like discredit it and use like a biblical sense and whatever, like I grew up in church, yeah, but I don't know, I feel like you always know, this is gonna sound crazy, but whenever I was younger, I felt like I knew I was, like even though like I didn't like actually date a girl and like fully realize it until I was like 17. Whenever I was like younger, like 12, I used to pray every day that I wouldn't be gay. And I feel like that's such a thing a gay person would do.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like if you like were straight you wouldn't pray. Well, basically pray the gay away.
Yeah. So what does it feel like? Like what would it feel like if you didn't carry that fear?
I don't know, I just feel like I would be a lot happier. And I wouldn't be constantly stressed. I feel like sometimes I walk on eggshells with my family. Like when Lacey comes to my house, like if my siblings are home, my dad and my stepmom, they're amazing. They don't say anything. Like they love Lacey, but if my siblings are home, like we'll just sit in my room. Like I feel like we can't even come out of my room. And like I hate doing that because I don't really like to sit in my room. That's just not me.
Yeah.
But I feel like I kind of have to.
Yeah. Why do you feel like that you have to though? Like for everybody else's comfort?
Yeah, I'm like, I guess I am just trying to make everyone else comfortable, even though that's not fair to me at all. Because like my sister, when her boyfriend comes over, she doesn't have to worry about any of that, as opposed to whenever Lacey comes over, whenever I'm at home.
So it sounds like you're worried about everybody else's comfort
Mhm.
over your own.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is though?
I don't know. I guess I'm sort of a people pleaser. Like, not like to a full extent, but like, it's just not really people pleaser actually. I just don't like confrontation. Like, I don't know, not especially with my family. Like, I don't want to fight with them because they're your family and I have to be around them all the time. And that's just not a fight that I want to have. So it's better just to not say anything and not do anything that starts an argument.
What do you think would start an argument though, a fight?
Well, my sister, she always just makes like small little comments. Like, for instance, the other day, me and my brother, we were wanting to have a party at my house, and I was on the phone with my dad, and I was like, "Hey, can me and Daniel have a few? I'll have a few of my friends over, and Daniel have a few of his friends over." And my sister was in my room whenever I was on the phone with my dad, and she was like, "Daniel can have his friends over, but I don't fucking like your friends." I was like, "What the hell?" Like, she just makes comments like that. And then the other day, Lacey was at the house, and me and my sister were sitting on my bed, and Lacey was sitting at my vanity, and she was like talking about high school, and she's like, "I don't like anyone from high school." And then she like looked at Lacey and glared at her and like, "Chill, like why are you trying to come in there and start a fight? Like we weren't even talking anything about that." It just, I don't know, it just makes me feel uncomfortable, and it makes her feel uncomfortable too, which kind of hurts my feelings because like we're not trying to do anything to you guys, like we're just trying to hang out.
Yeah, I understand that. That could feel really isolating, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like you don't really belong, kind of.
I understand. Well, I want you to know that you do belong. and I just want you to know that you do belong.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, people aren't coming out saying that they're straight.
Yeah.
So I feel like you should just walk in a room with your girlfriend and say, "This is my girlfriend."
Yeah, and not have to face the fact of like getting weird looks or people being like,
And if you do get weird looks, what can you
I'll
do
flip
about
them off then.
Maybe not flip them off, but yeah, it's just everybody else's opinion
Yeah,
above their
especially
happiness. That's not the way to
Yeah.
live.
especially since I live in such a small town. Like people have never really seen that before. Like that's not something that's common, I guess. Especially too, since it's like a lot of old people, and that's not something that was ever really done, I guess.
Yeah.
And then this makes me sad too. She just dropped out of school. Like we were in college together, and she just dropped out. So it kind of sucks, like me being up here without her. Because while we were at school, like that's like the only place we felt like we could be ourselves, because like we don't know a bunch of people, and obviously it's like college is so different. Like there's like a little bit of everything, really, if that makes sense. Like everyone does their own thing, and you're just fine with it. And like we felt like we could just do our own thing and not have to worry if people were looking at us weird or anything.
Yeah. I mean, I remember last session you told me you go home a lot, so you can go home and see her. I know it's not the same environment
Yeah.
that it is at school,
But
but
yeah, she's been trying to work a lot because we're trying to save up to be able to buy a house soon. Or not really even a house, just somewhere to live that isn't our parents' house.
right.
So we're excited for that.
Yeah, that seems like a very attainable goal.
Mhm.
So I look forward to hearing what is in your future, but we're unfortunately out of time, so I will see you next session.
Okay, thank you.